This is Kyrode from Kyrode here to review Blacklight Retribution, which is an online free-to-play game that is now available on Steam for no charge, as I said, free to play. And I'm going to say one thing, is that I don't want people hating this video as it was made last year. So, and I did only find out this game like last November, and I was intending to write the review, but we've been busy with college, so I could not upload it. So, with that out of the way, let's crack onto things. The first category of the review is the game types, which is a little variation, quite a good variation in this, and I'm going to start off with, I'm going to say 3 of them because of our limited time. One is Deathmatch, which is a free-for-all PvP, which is player v player game mode. The objective is to reach around 3,000 points. This is mode for the lone wolf gamer. And there is a team version of this where you have to get to around kill 90 of the enemy team, but that's if you're more of a team player. Deathmatch is for lone wolf gamers, but you can. And the next one is Capture the Flag, which is a team-based objective-based game where 2 teams of 12 have to attempt to capture the enemy's power core or flag and bring it back to your base to earn 1.1 out of 5 points. I found this game type usually annoys me in the fact that, in my experience, I've noticed that most of my team would camp at the base, hoping one person would sneak in to steal the enemy's flag or power core and bring it back, which is not a very easy task, as I know. The last one, which is my favourite of all the game types, is Siege mode, which is another team-based objective game, where it's the invaders versus the defenders. And as the invaders, it's your job to escort a scorpion tank through barricades, which you need to open to let it through to the end, where you'll get a point. Whilst if you're on the defending team, you have to do the opposite of that. You've got to destroy the scorpion. You either got to disable the scorpion tank to slow its progress, or stop other human players on the enemy team from getting to the barricades and opening them. You can disable the scorpion very easily. You don't need missile launcher, but they will help. If you don't have a missile launcher on hand, use HRV by pressing the V button on the keyboard, or depending on what you're set as, and oh god, sorry about this. And this mode will allow you to show the weakness of the vehicle, which will be highlighted by a purple fuzzed up box, and if you shoot there, normal guns will actually do damage to the weak point. Was talking about HRV, this mode also allows you to see enemies behind cover and points of the map which you can use to buy items, which I'll talk about later on. And I find this tool really useful, but don't overuse it because you can get caught out by enemy players. The third category is abilities that you have at your disposal. My favourite is HRV, but like I said, don't overuse it. And it's also got a very limited duration to check them out for enemies' vehicles like the hard suit and scorpion weak points. And also there's points around the map which will allow you to purchase equipment such as flamethrower and hard suit, which will require a certain amount of credits, which are gained by killing your enemies in certain ways. You can gain extra points by getting headshots, which for me is rare, as you probably wouldn't want me on your team. Just put it out there. The fourth category, which is a story which I've not seen, and I don't know anything about the side you're playing at. I don't know anything about the what's going on, so I have no care for the characters no care for the fight, so it does leave me quite uninterested in what's going on. Which kind of is a bit bad because with this game, unless you have friends, this game will get very boring very quickly. But I do find it fun, and I'll try to enjoy it. The last category is graphics of the game, the visuals, which I believe, in comparison to other free-to-play games like Global Agenda, what else? World of Warcraft. No, that's not free-to-play. What am I going on about now? Oh god, I'm losing my mind. Maybe just Global Agenda. The graphics are usually quite low resolution, quite not very detailed, quite cartoony. So with Blacklight, it seems to have quite mind-blowing and outstanding textures for a free-to-play game. As you, oh god, my mind's going blank again. Curse your memory. Sorry about that. First video and all. What are you going to expect? Alright, no, look. The background, textures of the buildings, and all that are really well done. The weapon textures are really good, are quite excellent, quite good to be able to look at, and so are the outstandings, as the game does place you in quite beautiful surroundings, which does get you more involved in the game. But don't go in my case where at one point I just end up looking at signs like, oh, this looks nice, show on the face. Never a good sign. Like I said, you don't want it on your team, you'll probably lose. I said this last character video, I just forgot about one. Yay, memory! Oh god. Which is customization, which I actually didn't think there would be so much in. Because I got this game, downloaded it from Steam, and I noticed how much customization it allowed. And I thought, whoa, that's quite a lot of customization. Which, and this game allows you to customize your armor and weapons. What weapon attachments can increase recoil, can change your recoil, damage, spread, and all that. Which, and so if a gun looks nice, it does not mean it's entirely good. You need to pick certain gun attachments that fit your playstyle. Same with armor sets. A certain helmet might increase your speed, damage reduction, or HRV time limit. I try to go for damage reduction as my preference, and I personally go for SMGs as my weapons and lower the recoil and spread because I'm a terrible shot. And you can either get these via GP, or you can purchase your own, or you can purchase in-game purchase currency called Zen using your own weapon to access weapons and armor early and pay for ones that you already have unlocked. But in this game, which I find quite interesting, is that you can also rent weapon attachments and armor. So you can rent it for like a day, and it's very cheap, quite cheap in fact, or you can pay for it permanently, which is very expensive. And so it takes you a long time to actually buy even a simple weapon attachment. So I suggest you rent it as my attachment. Overall, there's a huge variation of game types that will be sure to keep you entertained for hours. Now I would recommend playing this with a friend, because I've always known an experience that playing with a friend is a lot more fun. It's had quite a bit of a laugh with friends to help you. Also, the amount you can customize your game, which for me probably takes an hour to just change. Oh, what does this look like? What does this look like? But sadly, the rent system kind of puts me off slightly. I like it, but it slightly puts me off because I think, oh, I want to get it permanently. I don't like constantly getting told you need to rent. And this ability system is a bit like Kill Streaks and Call of Duty, except once you die, you still have the credits, so you don't have to worry about losing it. And it's not actually a kill streak, which is a nice change. But sadly, no story in this game. Sadly, there's no story, but the graphics are outstanding for a free-to-play game. And my verdict is 9 out of 10. So like and subscribe for videos, and see you next time. Bye.